shot, every close call. From the basement kings to the clubhouse pros, we break it all down after it goes. Pop darts after the throw, run it back, let the highlights roll. From the backyard lines to the leagues, you know, we call the stats, we call the show. Pop darts after the throw, pop darts after the throw, pop darts after the throw.
Welcome, everybody, to Pop Darts After the Throw, your weekly breakdown of everything happening in the world of Pop Darts. We're covering the latest league tournament results, your fresh power rankings, the top plays of the week, and the smart strategies to sharpen your game, plus a look ahead at the biggest upcoming events, and also a look ahead at this season. Guys, this is our season and nationals recap for you, as well as we're looking at a preview for next season, 2027. We've got some surprises for you, so go ahead and buckle in, because it's going to be a fun episode for you. Alrighty. We're not going to get any delays here. We're going to hop right into our first segment, and we are going to be going around the league from our national results, from our LCQ tournament starting first. But without that, before we start that, guys, let's go ahead and start off with our I Play APL website we see down in that bottom left-hand corner. Make sure you're checking that thing out, because that's going to have all of your newest rules and updates and everything going on with the APL and the competitive side of things, but also it's where you can get your memberships, because you're going to have those memberships. So make sure that you guys are getting your stats recorded for your next season coming up. But we'll cover that later on in the episode. So let's go ahead and get right into it, guys. This week, we have our LCQ Nationals recap, and we're going to be breaking it down here. In first place, Mr. Aaron Waycaster. In second place, Mr. Shane Shepard. And in third place, Mr. Joe Ireland. Some of these names are unfamiliar for you. Some of these may be familiar for you. And we're going to break it down for how these guys made it there. These guys were competing against 50 other registered players. It's the largest event in Pop Darts history. The winner went on to play in ESPN 8 the Ocho the following day for a $25,000 prize pool. And the way they did it was as follows. In first place, we had Aaron Waycaster, who in 10 games straight, knocking out some of the bigger names in the sport to the lower bracket, including Long Distance Luke, Dylan Teets, Nigel Sakos, and a red-hot Shane Shepard, before taking only one game loss of the entire tournament, which was in that upper bracket final against Shane. But he manages to bounce right back from that and wins the next 4 games straight in order to punch his ticket to ESPN 8 the Ocho. Congratulations to you, Mr. Waycaster. That was a huge, huge tournament out there, and that was a commanding way to do it. And as you guys can see on here, it may look a little different than normal brackets. How we did it was they had a best of 3 in the upper bracket. So it wasn't just one game. You're playing 3 games potentially against your opponent. So a lot of games were played that weekend to be able to compete for the ultimate championship title on the Ocho. And in second place, we had Mr. Shane Shepard, who took the gauntlet on to earn his position. He took down some big names, including Mojo Mike, Cathead Dad, Blake Covington, the number 2 rated player last season, who was also the number 1 seed for the tournament, Derek Durance, and also one of the OGs of the sport, Mr. Meteor Mark, along with some other fierce competitors. Unfortunately, he fell short in that upper bracket final, but he manages to turn things around, winning the lower final, but cannot hold off that determined Aaron. Big shout out to you, Shane. Our games together were awesome, man. I can't wait to see what you do. And also big congratulations to you. You are the newest member of the Club 15. Big things going to be happening up in the Northeast. Can't wait to see what you're doing up in Massachusetts, man. So huge shout out to you and congratulations, sir. And not last but not least, Mr. Joe Ireland. This is a gentleman, to say the least. I met Joe on Wednesday night, and he was just a great guy, a super nice guy. Can't wait to see what you do out in your league. And Joe made his way out there. He started off strong, winning his first 2 matchups, one of which is including the Southeast Regional Champion, Mr. Zach Unruh, but unfortunately takes a round 3 loss to Nigel, sending him to that lower bracket, where he then racks off 6 straight wins, beating Stovetop Jake, DJ Long, Rick Unruh, Cathead Kid Mitchell Covington, Nigel Sakos, the Sports Center top 10 athlete, Mr. T, along the way. which is a huge run there. That is a huge thing to do, Joe. Huge shout out, man. That was a gauntlet in itself as well. Unfortunately, though, he stopped short in that lower bracket final by Shane. But hey, I cannot wait to see what you can do out there in the West, in the central U.S. area, Joe. Like I said, huge shout out to you, gentlemen. You guys are doing some fantastic things. And we're going to go ahead and break down some of these standings here for you, kind of show you guys where everyone landed. This is your first, second, third, fourth, ties for fifth, seventh, and ninth. Take a peek at those real quick. And then we've got your 13th ties, your 17th ties as well. And then moving right along, your 25ths. And last but certainly not least, your 33rds. Some big names dropped, some big names, or some small names jumped. Big shout out to all you guys. And then we also had our next day, we had our national championships held at ESPN 8, the Ocho, the wide world of sports. And there's a little breakdown here for you. Most of you guys have seen it, but if you have not, this is how it played out. We had Colton Davis against Aaron Waycaster in game one, where Colton Davis hit some crazy shots. He had tower shots. He had double doinks off towers, lippies. It was Aaron was throwing dimes. It was a fantastic game to watch. We had Cole versus Rowan, another great matchup, between Cole and Rowan, just dart after dart, either lippy or so close to lippy, it's bouncing off. It was another great matchup between those two guys. And then the ultimate showdown between Colton and Rowan. They were just throwing crazy shots out there. Rowan hitting a wiggle knobber and a T knobber, but Colton still able to knock him off and come back again 2 years in a row, not being defeated by T knobbers, coming back, being your two-time national champion, Mr. Colton Davis. It was a huge thing. If you guys have not seen it, I highly recommend watching it. You're not going to miss out on that. It was fantastic stuff. Congratulations, everyone. Our season is going to be starting just shortly. So I cannot wait to see what next season brings, because this one has definitely been a roller coaster ride, to say the least. So let's just make sure we're getting those APL memberships, so that way we can get you guys on this list next season, see you guys climbing those leaderboards in those rankings, and maybe you're the next national champion taking on Colton Davis or Aaron Waycaster or Cole Hunter or Rowan Slaymaker on that ESPN 8 the Ocho. For that's it going to be for our around the league segment, and we're going to be moving right along into our top pops of the nationals is what we're going to be doing essentially here. So we're going to roll right into it, guys. Our first top pop of the week is Mr. Rowan Slaymaker and his wiggle knobber against Colton Davis. Love to see that. Two of the young guys in the game, two of the best to be playing it. You look out for those guys. Who says these kids cannot play ball? Because they can definitely play ball. All right. Second up, we have Mr. Colton Davis with his first ever ESPN Tower. As you can see and hear from the crowd, absolute madness when we saw that first ever tower to be hit on ESPN. It was insane. Colton didn't even know what to do with himself. He was in total shock there. Absolute electric, to say the least, when we saw that. And obviously, our last and our best top pop from that weekend is going to be Mr. Rowan Slaymaker hitting one of the best shots you can hit in the game. Love to see it. Nothing but love between Colton and Rowan, even though he hit the T-knobber on him. Absolute pandemonium. Confetti flying in the wrong direction. broadcasters being taken out. It was crazy, guys. So once again, if you guys have not watched, that national championship, make sure you're checking that out. I believe it's on Hulu and Disney Plus if you have the ESPN package. They are doing some re-airs if you have regular cable, so make sure you guys are checking that out. It is awesome, awesome. I was there in person, and I can say personally, it was one of the best times I've ever had at a sporting event. So I cannot wait to see what we can have going on this next season. And speaking about next season, let's go ahead and get into our final segment of the night, and that is going to be our Pop Darts preview. And it's going to be a look ahead at everything that you need to know coming up in the world of Pop Darts. And we're going to start things off here with our Pop Darts League in Sarasota. This is being confirmed. I've been told this should be starting up maybe by October the latest, sometime September. So again, if you're in this area, keep an eye out for this because it will be starting up soon, being ran by the Sarasota Parks and Rec division. So big shout out to you guys. Again, we cannot wait to see what you guys get going on down there. And then we also have something we've been talking about for a while, guys. It's the Northeast Pop Dart Tournament at Revolution Rumble at Adirondacks Axe in Queensbury, New York. This is being held now. It's been pushed back to make it a little bit better for you guys for Saturday, August 29th. So make sure you guys have readjusted your schedules for that. It's no longer on Friday. It's now on Saturday, August 29th with a tentative start time at 7 p.m. to 7:30. It is being held again at Adirondack Axe in Queensbury, New York. This is going in conjunction with a World Axe Throwing League and World Knife Throwing League tournament being held the same weekend. There will be a vendor fair. There's tons of stuff to do in the area. I heard there's some drink specials going on for those of you that are of age. So be sure to check that out, guys. We want to make this a big thing. And with that being said, we're going to be moving into our next slide here, which is going to be some updated dates for you guys. The official dates that have been released, some of you may not have seen this, for the 2026-2027 season is going to start August 29th, meaning the very first day of the season will be that tournament being held at Revolution Rumble. So make sure you guys, if you're wanting to get some tournaments in early, getting some points built up early, you're checking this thing out so that way we can get you guys those national rankings points and we can show those guys some support up in the Northeast because we want to see love being shared everywhere. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and move right along into these national league dates. This is the official season for next year. 2026 is going to be running from August 29th, 2026 until July 31st, 2027. They're going to be broken down into 4 quarters, and we're going to break down some of these, the league structure and on this next couple slides here and kind of break things down to how this is going to work. So your Q1 is going to run from August 29th to November 6th. And we'll just explain this when we get farther along after we get these official dates out to you. The second quarter will be November 16th through November 22nd. I'm sorry, November 16th, 2026 through February 6th of 2027. Now, guys, I know a lot of people have been asking about this, so this one is very important. Your Q3 is going to be the official start date to become legal for us to use Elite Darts. February 15th, the day after Valentine's Day, will be the first time Elite Darts become legal for use in your APL leagues. You're hearing it here first if you have not heard it yet. So make sure if you guys want to start using your Elites, you're getting your sets. Ask for Christmas. Make sure you're asking Christmas presents, Hanukkah presents, Kwanzaa presents, whatever you celebrate. Ask for that, your birthday. Get your Elite Darts now. I'm being told tentatively, this may be a little bit of a break here, tentatively October, we may be seeing some new Elite Darts hit the market. So that was a release to me. Some people may not know that. Some people may know that. Around October time, we're waiting on some shipping things. But from what I'm being told, when things are shipped, your Elite Darts will have some more colorways. You'll have some more grips as well. So keep an eye out for all that, guys. Popdartsgame.com. Link in the description down below. Get you guys a set. Use code TheProdigy at checkout to get yourself 20% off those Elite Dart sets. And then we're going to be rolling into Q4 May 10th through July 31st. And then that will end the season, at which point we will then roll into the national championships, have a few weeks break, and then get right back into it because we do not want to leave anybody stagnant and sitting around. We want to keep Pop Darts in the air at all times. And we're going to move along into our league structure, guys. This is how things are going to be broken down here for you in the league. It is going to be a weekly play structure as well as your club championship tournaments. And how that's going to work is you're going to have a minimum. This is not how, this is a must. You must have a minimum of 4 round robin games offered each week. And then the organizers may determine the total number of games offered each week, meaning if they want to do more than 4, they can. If they want to add on a bracket, whether it be a double elimination, single elimination, best of 3, you're more than welcome to do that. But you must have a minimum of 4 round robin games offered each week in order for it to count towards your eligibility for your club championship tournament. The organizers must also offer at least 4 weeks of round robin per quarter, providing players the opportunity to complete a minimum of 16 games within their club. So if you maybe are short on time one week and only have a chance to do 3, you must then make it up on another week in order to have 16. But we are really pushing for the 4 and 4 to make it a total of 16. With that being said, you are required to attend 3 of those 4 weeks. You must have 12 round robin games in order to compete in your club championship tournaments. And the club championship tournaments will be a double elimination style tournament. The seeding is going to be based off of your round robin win-loss from those 3 weeks that you have, or 4 weeks you have played, those 12 games. So whatever your win-loss ratio is what you're going to be using as your seeding for your club championship. The club championship tournaments will be submitted for the APL leaderboard rankings. So all of your round robin games building up in those weeks building up to your club championship, those were all, let's just say, fun weeks. You're getting some practice in, you're playing with friends, you're building the sport. Your APL leaderboard rankings, your national rankings points will only come from one club championship tournament per quarter. No matter how many leagues you play in, no matter how many club championships you play in, if you qualify for 3 leagues in your area, you play in 3 club championships, you're only going to receive the highest score from those 2 or 3 or however many you play in, 1, whatever it may be. And as it says down the bottom, players must participate in a minimum of those 3 round robin weeks in order to be eligible for the end of the quarter tournament, meaning those 12 round robin games. A lot to take in there. Again, we're going to get to a Q&A section at the end where we're going to have some special guests here answer some questions for us. But that's going to be our league structure with just on the league aspect. There's going to be differences with tournament stuff. We're just covering the league right now. This is how things are going to work. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and post them in the chat for me. Or if you want to maybe message me real quick on Facebook, because I only see certain messages here in my chat, or maybe I can get my YouTube pulled up or something. But yeah, so message in the chat, and I will try and get every question answered. If they're not answered on the stream, feel free to reach out to me personally or to any of the gentlemen who I'm going to have as a special guest. They will gladly answer any of these questions for you guys. And with that being said, we are going to move on to our memberships. Let's make sure that we are getting our memberships, guys. So how this is going to break down, we are now going to have a bronze membership, a silver membership, a gold membership, and a legacy membership. The first one is going to be completely free, and it'll include everything that you see provided on the screen. If you can't read those, these images are available on the communications page on the APL page. So be sure to check that out, or reach out to myself and we can get any of those images to you. As it says here, you get the prayer profile, the ID, the league nights, all that kind of stuff. Then we have your silver, which is a paid membership for the year. That'll include everything in the bronze as well as the official APL membership status, your APL rankings, sanctioned tournament competitions. So you'll be able to compete in tournaments. So if you want to compete in tournaments, you must have a minimum of a silver APL membership. Member-only promos and giveaways, exclusive APL member events, as well as a badge on your APL profile, which they are currently working on. A jersey membership badge. I'm not 100% sure on what that is, but we'll get some answers on that. And this is for 1 season only. And then for the gold membership, you're going to have all of those things. You'll have a gold membership badge for your jersey, but you will also get an APL store credit card, APL store gift card /credit. You have a one-time $30 gift card on products only, which could cover the set of those new Elite Darts that we've been talking about, so you can get for next season. I think that's a great idea. You could also will get a premium members only tournament, meaning you will have availability to play in the East Coast, West Coast Wild events as well as the ESPN events. So if you want to be able to be part of those events, you must be a gold member. Silver members will not have those options because we're offering those to people who are paying the higher tiers for that better those better offerings. And you'll have exclusive member merchandise. Not sure on that. Again, we'll have any of these questions answered that they may be able to provide what those member items may be. And then we have the big dog here. This is our legacy. This is going to be replacing our Diamond Lifetime. This is going to be our 10 season membership. This is going to be one time $300. It'll be good for 10 seasons. It'll include everything you'll have in the gold as well as the silver, on top of a legacy membership badge instead of the gold and silver. And you'll have the 10 seasons, like I said. You'll get protection from fee increases, reduced national tournament fee entries every year that you have that legacy. You get front of the line event registration, so when things start popping off and they're selling out quick, you'll have early access to those. You'll have an exclusive player ID card, as well as a legacy icon and badge, as well as a legacy jersey. So that's a pretty big one there for those guys who are looking at the long haul and looking to score some sweet swag and everything like that. And it also, like I said, gets you that $30 gift card credit for the store. So that legacy is definitely something to think about if you guys are looking at doing this for a while. And looks like some questions already popping up in the chat down there, so we'll get those answered for you guys soon. But this is going to be your membership tiers. Rolling right along, we are going to get into our points. So this is how our points are going to work for next season. Your singles, your league bracket that we talked about, the end of the quarter league, is going to be worth 250 points for first place. And you can get one per quarter, which means if you do all four and you win all four, you'll be getting 1,000 points per season. For your local tournaments, first place will be worth 100 points with a maximum of 1,200 points for the season because they're only allowed to have one local per month. We'll get all that kind of figured out and talked about later. Your conference tournaments, first place is worth 5 with a maximum of 2,000 for the full season. The regionals is first place with 750 points and a max of 1,500 points for the full season. And signature events, first place is 1,000 points with a max of 2,000 for your total of 7,700 points. And then doubles, this is going to break down for your doubles. First place, 200 points per player, 400 for team, and that kind of just breaks everything down there. 200 points for quarter, 400 or 800 per season. First place, 75 per player for the locals, 900 points for the full season. The conference is 300 per player, 600 for team, 1,200, 400. You can kind of go down there for your max of 4,700 season points, and these will be separate. So if you're going to be playing in singles and doubles, they will be separate from each other. It will not be combined total season points. It will be its own separate entity for its points. And into our next one, we are going to show you guys a little QR code here. If you guys would like to follow along with us or have any questions about the rules or anything like that, because we'll be moving into our Q&A section, you can scan this QR code if you're watching on your TV. You can go to iplayapl.com and click on the official rules link to look up any of the new rules that you may have some questions on or look back at. Feel free to do that. I'll give you guys a second to go ahead and do that. 10 goal is a season. That would be insane, Mr. Cole Hunter. Insane. Don't have too many questions, it looks like, in here yet. So we're going to go ahead and get into that. And while everyone's getting that pulled up, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a little bit of a breakdown because we're bringing down actually our new council that you guys may have seen that was introduced. We're going to be bringing those guys on. So we'll go ahead and give you a breakdown of how this council is going to work. So how this is going to be working is we're going to have the APL council and committee. This is overall structured with the executive oversight with the two brothers, Jason and Josh. They have the APL council, which is broken down into 5 different sections. There's the content and marketing section, the operations and sponsorship section, competition and rules section, your membership and community, and then your discipline and integrity. Those all have their own council lead as well as council members. Jason is going to be taking on the content and marketing, which he has already appointed his committee members. You have Mr. Tyler Davis, working on the algorithm and strategy, helping to make sure we maximize our exposure on all socials. He's going to have Mr. LDL Luke Stutzman covering content and community coordinator. He's going to be running the virtual league Tuesdays, as well as helping organizers get their content and everything to the right hands in order to make sure that they are getting posted. So we're getting more content from more groups around the league. And I was blessed enough to be appointed to the live media and communications. And After the Throw is now going to be your official Pop Darts news source for all things APL and Pop Darts. If you hear it from After the Throw, it is factual. It is coming from the higher ups, the council members, Jason and Josh, or any of the other council members. It is coming from them directly. So anything you hear from us, you can believe that it is absolutely true. And we'll continue bringing you guys more coverage wherever we can and as much as we can. And we're looking forward to doing that for you guys. And then moving on to the operations and sponsorship, we have Mr. Kyle Rickenbaugh. He's going to be working on getting his committee members. And as we get those appointed, we'll be bringing those all to you. We have Mr. Gary Gorky, who's going to be working on our competition and rules committee. We have Mr. Austin Shepard, who's going to be working on our membership and community side of things. And we have Mr. Josh Carmen, who's going to be working on the disciplinary and integrity side of the sport to make sure that we are keeping things on the up and up and making sure things are being ran the way they should be. And he has already appointed Mr. Blake Covington, Cathead Dad, to be a part of that. This just kind of some of the stuff they have here: just one council lead, one committee, clear accountability. Each council member leads their respective area and selects 2 to 3 community members with complementary skills to help execute its responsibilities. The committee member benefits: all active committee members will receive a complimentary annual APL membership. Additional benefits such as entry, merchandise, travel support, and other perks may be approved to the council based on contributions and budgets. So they will be reaching out to some people who they maybe find fit for these. If it's maybe something that you want to possibly participate in, maybe shoot these guys a message. Don't flood these guys with stuff. They got a lot on their hands right now. So give them some time to decide what they want to do. And, if you haven't heard or seen anything, maybe feel free to reach out and let these guys know maybe something that you're interested in. But without further ado, we are going to be bringing on our new council members and getting into our one second here. There we go. Getting into our Q&A section. So if you guys want to go ahead and unmute, we'll go ahead and get into some stuff here. Let me see if I can get us on full screen.
Hi, everybody. Glad to be here.
Hello.
Hello.
All right. So we got it. Let me see if I can scroll up if we haven't got any questions answered. Does it have to be? Oh, there we go. Does it have to be every week, or can it be every other? As long as we get 4 round robins of 4 games in the quarter. So if they're only able to get 4,
be every other, that's fine.
Okay,
yeah, that's kind of the point of that, was to have a little bit of breathing room. So it's just a matter of getting the games for the players is what's most important out of everything. But we don't want to overburden the organizers by requiring them to have more games a night on the round robin, because we do want to have room for you guys to still be able to do what you want to with the leagues.
Perfect. Okay, so if they only have the availability to do 4 weeks, as long as they make that 4-week minimum and have those 16 games available, then that's plenty.
Yep.
Perfect. All right. As long as you get, let's see. They're an easy way to see if someone has played 4 round robins for admins of the league. So if I guess that's like for the organizers, like if they're to going into the tournament, is there going to be an easy way for them to determine if that person has played in the 4 weeks in order to make them qualified for that for their club league championship?
Yeah, the easiest way is they'll be able to go through the history of their league on Scoreholio, and they'll be able to just check through the player's log. That way would be the quickest way. One of the reasons we're encouraging them to maybe build their own spreadsheet to have their league a kind of independent leaderboard, so they can actually have them tracked a lot easier week to week on that aspect. But all the record will be on in Scoreholio for as far as that's concerned with the round robins.
Okay, perfect. So they will have that, but you're recommending keeping their own record of stuff just so it's a quicker glance than having.
Yeah, we're gonna one of the things that we're gonna be rolling out in organizer training sessions so that we'll be able to go over a lot of this with the current and upcoming organizers. So if that's something that any of the organizers out there are interested in, they can email team at iPlayAPL and request that, and we can get that going on a schedule for them. But yeah, we feel that running it that way is going to be pretty easy, especially on a lot of the organizer questions. We'd like to kind of talk more about the new format and the structure for the players, so they're most understanding on it, especially coming from this end, and then we're more than happy to engage with the organizers as well.
Perfect. And then are people able to upgrade and just pay the difference, or how would that work?
Yeah, they can pay the difference. It's straight on Scoreholio. They can go from every existing member from last season prior to June 1st. Automatically has a free membership for this season, and they can upgrade to the choices that they want of the options. And then everybody that signed up after June 1st was rolled over into this new season, just due to one of the reasons for the shortened amount of time on the current schedule and the rapid moving into next season.
Perfect. Love that. Let's see here. Separate singles and doubles. Is doubles rules changing? Also, what's ruling on how doubles partners will be paired? We got 15 minutes, guys. 15 minutes.
So with doubles, we're still working to finalize that right now. That's something that we are going to go over because we kind of had a loose format last year, but we want to really get that knocked in. We know a lot of people really enjoy that game, but we want to make it to continue to make it fun for everybody rather than just making it work for one player or the other. So that's something that we're still in discussion about, working on getting everything finalized with that, and hopefully we'll have it done by the 29th.
Perfect. Distance for elite starts. That sounded good.
Yeah, we're gonna stay at 17 there. Yeah, we're gonna keep that distance the same. We don't want to keep pushing the distance back and creating trouble for venues and space and everything else. So yeah, we opted to keep that distance there.
Perfect. I can answer this one real quick, Zach. If you already a league last year, you do not need to email to renew. Everything will be transferred if you're a league into this season. That is correct, gentlemen. Perfect. From the other live,
everything already is. They can start signing up and running right through the new season already.
Perfect. I have some other because I got two lives going. Someone's saying from the other live, someone's asking, are pros and elites being mixed? Any changes to the throwing distance? We already answered the throwing distance. So are they going to be mixed, and for how long? When would that start, and when would they completely wean off the pros and go strictly to just elites?
Yeah. So currently the plan is written as it's going to go straight over to elites. We're still in discussion and contention about that. We want to get a little closer to see the full availability. Once all the colorways get in and all that, we'll have a lot more information on that. But for right now, we're kicking off season one. Keep practicing with your elites. In the meantime, they are coming out in Q3, but whether it's pros and elites or just elites, that's still to be determined.
Now, I spoke with Gary about this earlier. He said if you have a choice of an elite marker or a pro marker, that they said recommend go with the elite because it is a bigger marker, gives you a bigger chance to hit. So always run the elite marker when we do hit Q3 if there is one available. If not, obviously go with the pro marker, and then you can mix those darts for right now until we can get everything else figured in. Another question, will there be a difference in doubles when it comes to national rankings or separate? They'll be completely separate. You'll be ranked as your singles and then ranked as your doubles. That's why we're trying to figure out if you're going to have teams or how we're going to do it for that, to figure that out. But yeah, it will be separate for that. So we're kind of racking through these guys. I'm short on time for the call. I didn't realize I had to pay for it. But if each council member is each council member most excited? What is each council member most excited for about the season? So what are you most excited for, Austin?
Really, just to see this grow. I think this new structure is going to encourage people to keep coming into their venues and keep building the community. That's what it's all about in my book.
Gary?
I'd have to say I'm excited for getting out and meeting people and seeing, like Austin said, seeing it grow. I think the quarterlies is going to be a great way to get more people involved at a lower entry fee as well, because it answers one of the biggest questions of why should we get people to play if they've never played before, and this really opens the door and keeps that level of excitement. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the new names and faces that are going to be coming into the APL.
100%. You, Kyle?
Yeah, just to continue to have the sport and organization grow, obviously, and then this new enhanced structure, I think, is really gonna help that. So excited to help keep things moving up and to the right.
Awesome. Yes, and can't wait to work with you, man. I've seen what you do with the throw-in guys, especially with the live streaming and all that kind of stuff too. So I'm excited to see what you bring to the table with us as well. So, let's see. Distance really is not changing. If someone has, they asked minimum that you would need to charge for round robins. If you guys have a suggested, minimum per player, or is that just kind of a discretionary thing?
Yeah, so that's kind of your own organizer's discretion there. We try to leave a lot of the power in the hands of the organizers. As far as the structuring, the play rules and all that, that's kind of us. But what you're charging is on you. Now, what it's going to cost to submit your round robins will just be 1 credit, which has been reduced down to $5. So in order to submit your round robins, you're looking at $5 to the APL.
And that's $5 for per week for those 4 to 8 weeks of round robins. And then what about your championship, your league championship at the final? Is that also a $5 credit, or is that one more expensive?
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, Gary, but that your league championship is a 2 credit submission.
Yeah, on the organizer side, there is a tiered section as far as the submission costs going to be for the tournaments that are going to be used for the national rankings. And so, yeah, the minimums are going to be $5 on the round robins and $10 on the club championship tournaments. If for locals, it's going to be a $20 submission, and then it's going to tier up from there. But those are going to fall onto the shoulders of the conference directors and regional directors for the higher ones. But all of your club directors or your club organizers are going to be looking at either a $5 for round robin weekly submission, a $10 once a quarter submission for the quarterly, unless the organizer is running multiple leagues, then, obviously, but this is per submission per league. And then up to 12 locals over the year, which would be average to 1 a month, and that would be a $20 submission fee. We always encourage that, everybody has a little bit of skin in the game, but we do like to leave that to the organizers on what they should be charging their players per event.
Perfect. Let me see. What about elite markers playing? So we kind of already answered that. You can play with both markers. They recommend using the elite marker versus the pro marker because it's obviously bigger, so more surface area obviously is better chance to land those target mark or those tee numbers.
After quarter 3, we just want to make sure to stress
that's after quarter 3. That is not happening into Q3, which again, let's see if I can get it brought up really quick. Again, that Q3 is going to be
February 15th.
February 15th. Perfect. Right here for you. I can't even find it. There you go. February 15th. So day after Valentine's Day, get your Valentine's presents, get your Christmas presents, and get them elite darts. You can use them the day after that, guys. You cannot use them until that time. All right, guys, we got a few more minutes left. Is there anything anybody wants to cover or go over? I don't think we have any more questions. Any more questions real quick, guys, before we get out of here?
Yeah, it looks like someone's asking about changes to the East Coast, West Coast, and LCQ. The tournament rules and the tournament rules and structure is still in the process of being completed, so that'll be up soon.
Yeah, and as that rolls out, guys, like I said, yeah, as soon as you guys make sure you're part of the VIP page as well as the APL communication hub on Facebook. They'll be releasing everything there, as well as make sure you're liked and subscribed here. We'll be releasing as many videos, and anytime we get any updates, we'll be putting those into the podcast as well. So we get all that going for you. I think
Yeah, and we do recommend, like, if you're gonna hop in the communication hub too, like respond to others, like if they're throwing in like looking for players here and you've got players over here or whatever, rather than just creating your own post. Kind of look through those a little bit, because there are people that are putting feelers out there to try to find people in their area too. So just be cognizant of that. And if you are an organizer,